Let's talk about the voting process. You will see a diagram on the screen now, which we will work through so I can better explain what happens in the voting station. Hopefully, you've all voted before and know the general layout of a voting station and what generally happens when you vote. So let's start at the beginning. Let's look at the entrance. There you have your queue walker. This is an IEC staff member that will really walk through the queue of voters and check everybody's ID document. It's really kind of a precaution to check if everybody has the right type of identification with them so that there are no undue delays when they get to the entrance. Once you get to the entrance, you will have a door controller with a small black machine that we call a zip machine. This machine will scan the barcode in your ID document and print out a slip. Remember, when you have an ID smart card, you will no longer have this barcode, so there will be no printed out slip and there will be no scanning by the zip machine. Once you have the slip from the zip machine, you will move to the voters roll check. Here the officials will check your ID document, check your slip, or just check your ID smart card, and look for your particulars on the voters roll. Your name will be crossed out on the voters roll, and this will indicate that you have already voted and that you should not be permitted to vote again. Once your name has been crossed out, you will move along the line to the inking table. This is where you get your fancy nail ink. And for all those ladies, you must remember that the ink must be from your thumb through your cuticle to your nail. So unfortunately, if you have a manicure and you don't want it ruined, you cannot vote. Moving to the table after that would be the ballot paper issuer. In a municipal election, you will receive two ballot papers. You will receive a white ballot paper and a yellow ballot paper if you are voting in a metropolitan municipality. If you are voting in a local or district municipality, you will receive three ballot papers: a white one, a yellow one, and a green one. It's very important to check, once your ballot papers have been issued, that they are stamped at the back. If your ballot paper has not been stamped, your vote will not be counted. So this means that you spent the entire day in the queue and that you were there to make your mark as a voter and your vote has not been counted. So make sure that your ballot paper is stamped before it's handed to you by the IEC official. Now you will move to the voting booth. Here you will vote in secret. This is why no cellular telephones are allowed inside the voting station. There were situations previously where political parties asked voters to vote for them, but the voters had to prove that they voted for the specific political party in order to gain some kind of reward. So the voter would enter the voting station, take a sample or a picture of their vote, and then prove to the political party that they did indeed vote for that political party. Secrecy of the vote is absolutely paramount. So the voting booths need to be situated in such a way that secrecy of the vote is secured. Now the voter will move into the voting booth and you will make your mark as a voter next to the political party of your choice. If you see a voter entering the voting station that needs assistance to vote, this voter is allowed to be accompanied by somebody of his or her choice. Should the voter tell the presiding officer that they cannot vote or need assistance to vote, and they choose this person to assist them, this person must be allowed to enter the voting booth with the voter for purposes of assisting that voter. The purpose of this is to ensure that the voter still has the right to vote and that they have somebody with them that they trust to assist them with that vote. This person must be at least 18 years old and must also present an ID document. If a voter needs assistance, but they did not bring somebody to assist them, the presiding officer may assist the person to vote. But in this circumstance, the presiding officer must follow legislated procedure. Legislated procedure says that the presiding officer must accompany the voter to the booth with the deputy presiding officer, including a party agent from two different parties or a party agent and an observer. The presiding officer will then ask the voter who the voter would like to vote for. If the voter is not sure what the options are, the presiding officer will read the options to the voter. Once the voter has indicated which political party they would like to vote for, the presiding officer will confirm this amongst all of these observers to make sure that the presiding officer is putting the mark next to the party that the voter has indicated they want to vote for. After this is done, the ballot paper is folded and the voter takes the ballot paper to the ballot box. This is important because the IEC officials cannot take the ballot papers from the voters and place it in the ballot box. The voters must place the ballot papers in the ballot boxes by themselves. After this has been done, you have now voted and you can exit the voting station.